Hello and welcome. I'm going to be doing an unboxing of a Mofi 4500 from Olive IP. So your Mofi is going to come in a box like this. So we're going to go and open it up and see what we got. Alright, so it looks like we got your modem here. It has the SIM card already inserted into it, as Olive IP sends everything, all modem purchases with a data plan with a SIM already set up and inserted. Looks like we already have our designated Wi-Fi name, our Wi-Fi password, the login for the modem, so the IP address under that, and then the username and password to sign into the modem. Because signing into the modem is separate from signing into the Wi-Fi. Those are two different things. So there's our modem. And then it looks like we got two LTE paddles. These are different. These go on the back of the modem. And then we have our two Wi-Fi antennas. And then we have a QR code sticker with instructions on what to do. If we scan that QR code, I think that takes us to the Olive IP Fresh Desk with a bunch of articles on how to set up the Mofi and troubleshoot and stuff like that. So that's helpful. Then we got our power supply. Then we got an Ethernet cable. So let's get started and booting this up. All right, so now that we got everything unboxed, I'm going to show you how we set this up. So we'll grab the LTE paddles first. These are obviously a lot wider and a lot bigger. They say 4G LTE, and if they don't say that on there, sometimes I think these come with just basic black, and so you can just tell these apart. This is the Wi-Fi antenna, this is the LTE antenna. So if you look, I'll peel this sticker back. So on the modem itself, it says 4G LTE secondary antenna. So if these go on the back, so with the lights on the front, looking at it, these go on the back. Screw in. So you screw that in all the way until it gets tight, and then you can kind of turn it, and then you want to face that upward. I'll do the other side. Well, it's pretty imperative to get these antennas on, because if you don't get them on right, or you try to boot it up without having these or having like an external antenna, you won't get any signal. So there's that. That looks pretty good. And then we'll screw these in. You can tell these are 2.4, so they'll go on the 2.4 ones. So these are our Wi-Fi antennas. Just push those up like that. Screw that on tight, turn that up, and there you go. So that's how it should look screwed in. So then we'll take power supply, take this little twist tie off, so we'll take our power supply, we'll plug it into power. I got a power cable right here, plug that in, and take my power end, and I'll plug it right into this little port right here. It says power. Just push that in like that, and then the Wi-Fi will start. Looks like there you go. So that power light is beeping, so that means it's starting to boot up. And then we'll wait for it to boot up. Normally this takes a couple minutes, so we'll come back whenever it's up and running. All right, so now that the Mofi is up and running, you can see with the lights here that our power light is solid, our Wi-Fi light is solid, and our internet light is solid. So based off of that information right there, we should have internet and we should be operational. For whatever reason, if we're not, then we're going to go ahead and go through some further steps to kind of look into internally on the modem what it might look like, and see what the issue might be. So let's grab a phone and we're going to go ahead and connect. All right, from here we're going to go ahead and connect to the Wi-Fi. So we'll go to your phone, open up your phone, go to your settings, hit Wi-Fi, turn it on. So then it's going to search for different Wi-Fi networks. So we see Olive IP Wi-Fi, and that is what is going to be on the sticker. So we'll pick Olive IP Wi-Fi. Alright, so it's an incorrect password, so we'll have to insert the password. So based off the sticker, our password should be Olive IP 123 exclamation with a capital O, a capital I, and a capital P. So we'll put that in. Olive, capital I, capital P, 123 exclamation, join. Awesome, looks like we're connected. So now what we'll do is we'll go back to our home, and we'll go run on Safari, and we'll sign in directly to the modem. So on here, you want to type in the IP address on the URL bar. So the URL bar is going to be wherever you type in like a white website or something like that. So on the sticker it says our IP login is 192.168.10.1. So now that we're connected to the Wi-Fi, we're on the same network as the Mofi, and so we can sign in directly. 168.10.1. Okay, then we'll hit go. And looks like it's loading. So then from here we have the Mofi sign-in page. So we'll scroll in here. As you can see, the username is already auto-populated, but if you don't see that there, the sticker shows that the username is root and the password is admin, all lowercase. So we'll click on the password, and then I'll type in admin. And we'll hit login. Awesome, so we're signed in. So this is the overview page. This is the first page that you'll see. If your internet light is on your device, that means you should be operational and everything should be running. You can run a speed test to see how fast you're going. But if you already have the solid internet light, everything should be operational. You should be able to surf the web. If it isn't on, then we'll kind of know by signing into the modem and looking at some steps. If your internet light is on and it is it's super slow or it's spotty and it's not good internet, I'll show you some steps internally here to fix that, or to see what might be the issue might be. So first on this page, we see external IPv4 address right here, the 166.137.139.108. So this shows me that the tower and the modem are communicating to each other. So if this number is here, you should have internet. If it's not there and it says IP address not found, or it has an error sign or not detected, that means it hasn't connected to the tower and that there's an issue going on. But if that external IP address is populated like so, then you should be good. And then there's a couple other steps that we can do. So we'll go over here under network, Mofi internal modem, we'll click there. So here we can see our SIM ID. So our SIM ID is going to be the SIM number that is inserted inside the modem. If we popped the SIM card out of the modem, on that SIM card you'd be able to see this SIM number. If that SIM number doesn't match the SIM card that's inserted, then there's an issue going on. And the phone number, we see the 607 number that's there. That means that the SIM card has dialed to the tower. So it's communicating with the tower, it's connected. If the phone number is not there, then it hasn't, and it says not detected, then there's an issue going on and it's having a hard time connecting to the tower. So here you'll see your access point. If you're on an AT&T line, you want to make sure that's broadband. So everything else looks good here. We're going to go to check signal strength. And we'll let this load up. This will probably, oh, there it goes. All right, so here we see that we have 4 green bars, which is really good. Over here we have a signal strength of 87%, so that's not bad at all. Looks like we're on LTE band 2. So we can do a band scanner and we can see what band is best for us. And then our RSRP is -88, which is really good. I would probably guess we're probably getting about 20 meg down right now if we ran a speed test, give or take. But we're gonna go ahead and run through a band lock to see what band is best for us to connect to. All right, so now we're gonna do a band lock. So what we'll do is from the check signal strength page, we're gonna go to band scanner. So click on band scanner, and we're gonna hit start scan. And then this is gonna scan for all the available bands on the tower that it's connected to. And it's gonna tell us what tower has, or what band has the best signal that it can offer us. So we'll come back whenever this is done scanning. All right, so now that our band scanner is done scanning, we can see a report here of all the different bands available. Now, not all of these bands are bands that we should use, even though the RSRP number over here might be lower. So the lower the number, the better. So like the -82 is really good, but it's on band 12, which is an AT&T band, which is the SIM card associated with this carrier. With that carrier, band 12 gets a lot of traffic, and so band 12 sometimes can be really slow, even though it has a better signal. I do see band 14 as -85, that looks really good. We were on band 2, I believe, and that's -90, so that's not bad at all. But we're gonna go ahead and lock this device onto band 14, as that's showing -85, and that seems to be the fastest on this page. So now what we'll do is we'll come over here, scroll up, we'll hit band lock. So remember, band 14 was the one that we wanted. So we'll hit band watcher, we're gonna hit on. And then we're gonna hit lock modem. And then we're gonna scroll down and hit band 14. And then we'll come over here. So as you can tell by scrolling in here, we're locked onto band 14. Our band lock watcher is on. So we'll scroll over, we'll hit next. And then it says click finish to complete band lock. Router will then display the status and then reboot. So we'll scroll over here, we'll hit finish. And then it'll be, some issues here with the device. Hit finish, and then it'll start loading. And then after this, basically what's happening is gonna lock onto that band, and then your device is gonna reboot itself. So your phone's gonna disconnect from the Wi-Fi, and so you'll have to reconnect to it after you're done doing this. So we'll come back whenever it's finished band locking. All right, so now that's done, it says success. Current band is on B14. And so now the modem is rebooting itself, as you can tell. The light is flashing, and we'll wait for all those lights to come back on and we'll reconnect to it. All right, so now that the device is showing, here, everything's booted back up. The status light is on, the internet light's on, Wi-Fi light's on. It looks like it's back up and running after the band lock. So then we'll come to our device. We'll have to go back to our settings and make sure that we're connected to the right Wi-Fi. So it shut the Wi-Fi off, so this phone automatically connected to a different modem that we have here. So I'll have to make sure to find the right one. So Olive IP Wi-Fi, so this one here. Reconnect to it. Once it's connected, you can see that the Wi-Fi light has started to blink. That means that there's a connection. So then we'll go back to Safari. We'll type that IP address back in, 192.168.10.1. We'll hit go. Brings us back to the sign-in page. We'll hit the password, type in admin, lowercase, and we'll scroll over here, we'll hit login. All right, here, and we're back on this page. We can see the external IP address is active, so we do have working internet right now. And then I can go ahead and hit, let's see, scroll in here. We'll hit Mofi internal modem. Everything looks good. The SIM ID's there, the mobile phone number's there. We'll go to, let's see here, it's not letting me scroll in. There we go. We'll go to check signal strength. We'll let that load up. Collecting data. Awesome. Looks like we're now locked onto band. I still got 4 bars. We're at negative 86 RSRP, so that's really good. Anything, basically you want this number kind of in the 90s to maybe 100. Like negative 100 is usable, but it's not great. Anything in the 90s and 80s are really good numbers. Our signal strength is 93, so we went from 87, I think, to 93%. So that's a stronger signal. So we're getting faster internet like this, and we're locked onto band 14. So that's band locking for you. Yeah, that's pretty much the basic setup for getting a Mofi up and running from Olive IP. And I'm sure that if you have any other issues, you can give them a call during office hours, and they'll be happy to help you and reach out. So a couple more things that you can do if you're still having trouble. Whenever you sign into the modem and you come to this page, take a screenshot of this page, and you can send this page to our support, and they'll kind of be able to look at this along with a couple other pictures. So send this page picture, and then I'll show you a couple more to send to our support to see what might be going on. We'll go to overview, and then you go to status. And take a picture of this page. This will help us kind of know what's going on. The status page. You can see the firmware version here. That'll help know kind of if you have outdated firmware, but if you bought it directly from us, then it will already be updated. And so the 4.4.4 is the newest firmware version. And then we will go to Mofi internal modem under network. That's another page. If you take a picture of this page and send it to support as well, this will help us know what's going on. And then also under internal modem page, check signal strength. This is that same page with the green bar and the signal. Take a picture of this screen as well and send that to support along with all those other ones in one email, and that'll kind of help us know what's going on, and we can run you through some stuff, or we'll know what's happening from there. So all these steps that we went through on how to hook up, we obviously did it on an iPhone with Wi-Fi. If you don't have, for whatever reason, if you don't have a device like that, or if you're just wanting to use a computer, you can do the same thing on a computer. You can, if you're on a laptop, you can obviously hook up to the Wi-Fi like we did, and run all those diagnostic steps that we did. But if you don't have a laptop, or you have a desktop or something like that that's not wireless compatible, you can use the Ethernet cable that came with the device, like this. And if you have a computer or something that allows you to do Ethernet, that has an Ethernet port, you can just take this Ethernet cable, plug it into the back of the Mofi. So you see, let me flip this over so you can see it. So you got 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so you'll just plug that into the one port, and then you'll plug the other end into your computer, and you can do all those same steps, but you're bypassing the Wi-Fi basically. You're just going straight, you're hooked up directly to the modem, and so you don't have to like input a password or any of that, or reconnect to the Wi-Fi when it disconnects when it's like rebooting or something like that. So if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to Olive IP at their support at oliveit.com, and they'll be happy to help you. Thank you.